Welcome to Hodge, Podge, Australia. Today I am making this really pretty retro fish scale cake. This is a super simple cake. Let's get started. You're going to want two 8-inch cakes that have been leveled off so we can add in some buttercream. Then you are going to want some 3 different tones of colour. I've used pink, so I've done 3 different shades of pink, and I have some artificial flowers to place on the top. You are also going to need white fondant to cover the cake. I forgot to include that. And we have these beautiful little retro fish cutters that I got from the cake shop. Let's get started putting this together. So the first thing you're going to want to do is put a layer of buttercream in between your cakes, and then you are going to want to crumb coat it. So same as you do normally, put in a nice layer so that you get a good hit of buttercream when you cut that in half, and then crumb coat your cake before putting it in the freezer to set. Cake is good and hard, it's time to cover it with fondant. So rolling out a good dose of white fondant and then securing it onto your cake. You've seen me place fondant onto a cake before. If you haven't, I apologise, I'm going in super speed this time, but you can check out one of my other videos to see it in a slow motion version. Just want to make sure you get out those air bubbles and that it's nice and secure before you trim off your excess fondant. Now, rolling out our retro fish scales, this is how it is going to look. Now you might think that it makes sense to do the bottom border first. Don't do that. You want to do it in the 2 sections. So you're going to roll out the first 2 colours at the same time. So choose your base colour, which of course is my darker pink, and then just cut out a whole bunch of those so that you have them all ready to go. But don't do the bottom layer all in one go, because you do need that little bit of space for the tail on the second tier that you can see there to fit in snugly with your base semicircles. So if you do the base first, you've got to guesstimate how much space to leave in each one, and it's just easier to do the 2 bottom layers first. Once you have cut out all your pieces, it's then time to simply go around placing a bottom piece on, and then a top piece on, and then a bottom piece on, and then a top piece on. Try not to misshape your semicircle as you put it on. However, I have found that it is better to keep them loose and moist, do them fresh. Don't let them dry out first, because it gives you a little bit of wiggle room. You can sort of blend them into the different shapes if they do misalign, which mine is going to here. It's very hard to do this back to front, so I am going to turn this cake around and I'm going to place it on looking straight at it, because it is a little bit of a wobbly fondant. You're going to do that all around the side of the cake, and then we will come back to our last and 3rd tier. There you can see I've got my 2 tiers all the way around, and don't worry, I will fix up that misaligned one in the front there. But it's time to finish our 3rd and final tier. So we're just getting our lightest pink, and the great one is you already have the spaces in between your 2, so you don't need to worry about doing it all in one succession. You can do the 3rd tier after that, and you can do more tiers if you want. If you're going to do a taller cake, then just add more tiers and do different colours. It would be absolutely lovely. Add a little bit of water if your fondant has started to dry, just so you can secure that down, and then continue that all the way around the top layer of your cake. That is our retro fish scale cake. I think it looks really pretty. I'm looking forward to trying it another time with some really vibrant colours. Might make it for Mother's Day or something like that. And to finish it off, I've just got some artificial flowers that are simple, they're pretty, and I think they finish off the top of that cake. That is our retro fish scale cake. I do hope you've enjoyed this tutorial, and we'll see you again real soon.